Hi, this is Sherry, and it's Make Scrappy Goodness. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'll be showing you how I did my 2013 Project Life cover page. I got my Studio Calico kit in the mail, and I was so excited. I really loved a lot of the elements, and the first thing that I knew I would use on my cover page was this 2013 Speech Bubble card. I love the mint green. It's more of a sea green actually, and I love how it's in the speech bubble. So I just took those stickles that they have from Michaels, and I'm using it to accent the numbers. It gives a little bit of sparkle. Then I took my Copic multi-liner in the 0.05 and I'm outlining the speech bubble. I really like how it gives it an added effect. So that's a thing that I like to do, and I probably saw Mercy Tara do that on her layouts. She does that often, and a lot of us YouTubers like to do that now. So that's just something you can do to make it pop a bit, and instead of having it look a little bit plain. Next, I'm going to get some washi paper, and this paper actually has hearts on it, and it's super cute. And I know it feels like Valentine's is coming up around the corner, which it is, but I really wanted to put pink on this page, and this is kind of a bright pink with a little hint of red. So I'm cutting it down to a 4x6 card, and I haven't got my layout right just yet. I'm just laying them down to see how it's all going to come together, and to see that the elements match. That was a New Year's card that I made for my friends and family, and I'm just using that Project Life sticker that came from the vellum envelope from my Studio Calico kit, and I'm going to adhere it. I actually boo-booed on this card, and I'm covering up where I messed up on the stamping, so that's an idea if you want to hide things. I'm going to trim it just so that it's flat with the edge of the postcard. The postcard is just a tiny bit smaller than the pocket, but I like how it looks all together, and you don't even notice it. These were in a Studio Calico kit that I got, I think the very first one that I got, which probably was September or October, I'm not sure, and I think it was October. And I went with the camera puffy sticker to just cover that Becky Higgins sign. And no offense against Becky Higgins, I think she's awesome. I just didn't want to have it on my cover page for 2013. Now I'm going to take some white paper and I'm going to trim down, and I'm actually going to put these in the 3x4 pockets, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it to the 4x6 right now, because I was thinking that I wanted to see the overall layout. I know that I wanted to have the white spread across the two pockets, but you will see me later. I will cut those in half to 3x4. Now I'm taking some scraps that I had left over from my Basic Gray Olivia collection. I love the colors, and it's funny because I was gonna go into like my scraps and stuff, and then I found that I had this left over, and I had it in the Ziploc bag, and I found it a while back, and I've been waiting for it. And the colors just really go together with the theme that I was going for here. So I'm going to use my labels. I can't remember which labels one. That labels one maybe. I'm not sure. It's the square one with the bracket. And I'm just cutting the edge, and I'm going to put that. I'm just cutting the die out, and I'm going to adhere it on one of the pocket cards. Next, I'm going to take one of the stamps that came in the stamp set from the Studio Calico kit, and I will stamp it there with an arrow, and that arrow will be pointing towards a 3x4 folded card that I will make after this. So I'm just inking it with my Brilliance graphite black ink, and this gives it a really rich, nice stamped look, so I like to use those. And I'm wiping. I always wipe all my stamps afterwards, and I'm using my Hello Kitty wipes from the dollar store. I thought they ran out of them, but I found them, and I was happy about that. Okay, I got my Quick Cuts Japan die out here, and this was a gift from Sweet Crafty Chick, and I was so happy to get this in the mail. Thank you so much, Steph. So I'm taking that, and I'm going to use some more of that basic gray Olivia paper here, and I'm going to die cut out that map of Japan and use it on my cover page. So I was very excited because this was the first time I was able to use it, and it went perfectly with my theme. I'm going to use it as much as I can. Okay, and I'm just cutting a square that will fit under that die because I don't want to run my whole thing through the die cut machine. There's no need to. And I like to take washi tape and adhere it down so that it does not move and I won't waste any of this gorgeous paper. And so I finished die cutting. Of course I edited that out. And I had a little trouble. I tried to take out the islands and I couldn't get out, so I went and got my We Are Member Keepers paper piercer, and that seemed to work. Just carefully picked it out. The tiniest island, which is Okinawa in Japan, wasn't in good shape when I picked it out, so I actually just hand cut it after this. You'll see me hand cut it with my scissors because it was so tiny. This is a 2x2 die, so it's good because you can use it on your smaller card pockets like Project Life, or you could put it as in like an accent. I guess the only thing, if you're using like a bigger die, like I saw that they had other countries like Australia or something, and if you're using those, it's just like one whole piece, or almost one whole piece, whereas Japan is fairly tiny and it has a bunch of different islands, so 4 main islands. So I'm using my Zig glue pen here on the back, and I'm going to use my tweezers to pick it up and place it so that I won't have any smearage, or it's really a lot easier to adhere it more precisely with the tweezers. And you can see how I put out the Quick Cuts cover so I could use that as a reference where I was placing the islands. Now I need to cut out the Okinawa. I've only actually been to Kanto. I haven't been to any of the other islands in Japan, the main islands, so I do hope to get there someday. And I have to go to Hokkaido to visit Mariko, who's Chibi Chibi and Milo. Okay, now I'm testing out my Stampin' Up! Poppy Parade ink. It's a really nice red that I got a while back, and I'm trying to get this Here We Are stamp to go correctly, but Where We Are in Japan, I wasn't able to stamp it so you could see the words properly, so I decided to stamp that once and adhere the arrow the way I wanted, and then I was just gonna stamp the Here We Are afterwards. Sorry for going off camera. All right. And I think I take a piece of that washi paper, and you don't see me, but I'm going to put a piece of that heart washi paper and adhere it down the side of that card that I made just now, the map of Japan. So it just brought that washi and the colors out a little bit more. So that geolocator stamp is from the Studio Calico stamp that came in the Project Life January kit, and which had awesome one. Then you also saw I stamped the 2013 stamp down the bottom. Now I'm going to take that's actually a 4x6 card, but it looked like you could totally like fold it and then make a booklet, so that's what I did. I should have scored it before doing it. I just decided I'd do it that way, and actually it actually broke the spine of the card. So if you're going to do that, I suggest that you would just run your bone folder down first. And I'm taking some leftover red heart border that I had, and I adhered it with the Zig pen as well, and I'm just trimming off the edges. Now I'm going to open it up, and I will use this as my place to put my goals for 2013. And although they're not very private, they're somewhat private, and instead of like having them, I don't mind to tell you what they are, but I don't want to have them on the very front cover page of my project life. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just something I chose, and plus that gives me a lot more space to write. So you won't see me write them, but I will do them later. Okay. Now, you see I have this 3x4 card here, and that was actually an advertisement, like a flyer sort of thing. And then I just picked out a bunch of different stamps that I wanted, and I'm going to cut them out with my scissors, and I'm going to use them to cover up the pieces of that card to make a sort of collage type one to go in the pocket there. And I'll show you, I'm going to clean up my desk, and then I will show you how I put it all together. I really liked how it had that the vertical, or sorry, the diagonal lines around the border there, and I love that color, so I thought that would go perfectly. So I'm just trying to pick out some different colors and decide where it's going, so it's not all like white, and just using my scraps up. I never throw scraps out just because I always think I want to use it. Even if I have a ton, I'll just keep them there anyways. Okay, and so I'll also use my, I think I used my zig pen to tear them. I might use my glue stick, I'm not sure. Alright, so most of these come from the Project Life kit. A couple of them come from my other Studio Calico stamp sets, and I'll put those in the link below, or if you go to my website, I have some close-ups and also the product list there too. I could have sped this card up because I didn't realize how long it was, but that's okay. Alright, so again, I'm using the Brilliance Graphite Black for these here. Alright, so there's a close-up. I thought that would give you a good picture there. And you can see I've added some washi down the bottom with some turquoise stuff and a little bit of pink. And Scrapology, Nicole actually sent me that green stuff for Christmas, and I love that color, and it goes perfectly. It's more of an aqua, and then I already had that pink a while back. I wanted to leave that family out, and I liked how it had the ampersand down the middle, so I left that, but I chose to embellish it over top afterwards. And I'm just covering up those boxes with some design paper. And there was another, on the card it also had mark your calendar, but it said so mark your calendar, so I just covered up that so with a little pearl, and then I put one on the other side too. I had both of the wood veneers out, the larger ones and the smaller ones, because I wasn't sure which size I was going to use. I like them both, but the document actually went a little bit bigger than I wanted it, so I didn't want to cover that up. And I'm using my VersaFine in the Majestic Blue. This is a great ink to use on your wood veneers, and I really do like this blue. I only have this type of ink in the habanero, which is like the goldfish reddish orange, and I usually use that for my Japanese cards and stuff, or when I'm doing like the koi. Okay, so I've stamped you and me. That and is also a puffy sticker from the Amy Tangerine set that I got in my previous Studio Calico scrapbooking kit. I'm just lining it up. And I think once these are glued down, I'm going to take my Copic multiliner in the 0.05 again, and I'm going to outline around this. And again, it just kind of makes that middle section jump out a little bit more, and it gives it a border. So it doesn't look like it's floating. It makes it look more like it's framed. Alright, and I'm going to go over twice. Okay. Oh, and there I am adding those pearls. These are some pearls that I got a long time ago, and they're like pink. I love it. Oh, and I found this this badge, which Michelle M. McKen sent me, and I loved that one right away. It's like a confetti badge, and so I took a sticky stuff from Jody Morey, who's Confessions of a Ribbon Addict. That's her blog, and I ordered those ones, and those are like the foam circles, and I just used those and put that on the back of that badge. Works great. Now I'm taking the 3 different photos. I printed them off, once in regular, once in black and white, and once in the sepia. I actually printed off the black and white first, but I thought that it was a little bit too strong for the picture, and then I went with the sepia because it was cream and it really went well. My New Year's card that I made is actually in cream as cream too, so it goes nicely. And if you're interested in that New Year's card, I actually will have a process video going up on that, so be sure to check it out. Now I'm just cutting out this stamped section I did, and that's some of the Olivia paper again, and it says New Year, can't speak. New Year, new memories, and I thought that was a perfect way to bring just a little bit more color onto the layout, and just to have it well rounded instead of just having one blank, not blank, but just a plain picture, just to bring some of that paper and the theme in. Now I'm taking this one, and this is from the Ali Edwards stamp set of the month. I can't remember. I think it might be the December one, something about home. I think the November one was a Christmas, so I think this is the December stamp set, but I will check and make sure I have that in the link or on my blog. And cutting that out. Again, the Olivia paper. I love the colors of that paper pad. Okay. I actually had a really big stamp too, with a heart and the house, but I decided to go with the small one and then put a stamped phrase below it. So it says, "Home is where the heart is," which is perfect. And then you can see I put the make something today. That was the transparency sheet that was in the kit, and I thought that would be perfect as a kind of, every time I open it, it was like, come on, you can do this, like a, you know, a cheer myself on. So I think I finished, and there it is. You can see I'm going to close up on all of it. The 2 so 3x4 cards, my New Year's card, the 2013 card, and then that one, the picture, and the completed washi piece. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and see you next time.